Good morning, Rabbi Sai. Tzomo Lecho nafshi. Tzomo Lecho Guys, come on, everybody. Zog the Mishnah. Nah, we're going to do a few.
Good morning, Rabbi.
I volunteered to attempt to translate the Talmud to French.
Good morning.
I said. Vada, I said. Vada, not. I volunteered to attempt to translate the Talmud to French. Of course I did. Please send me one paragraph in either English. You're in the guy, because the guy woke you up in the middle of the night. You didn't have enough sleep. Please send me one paragraph in either English or Hebrew. Kitzer, Rabbi said one day we're going to get to where AI could do other languages that I don't speak, even Yiddish, which I'm not very good at.
All the languages?
No, we only need 3 languages. We need Yiddish, French, and Spanish. And we'll do the AI.
And Polish.
I will use AI to do the translation and check the accuracy. I just made a pledge to purchase a daf in the new Gemara Menachos and the Y English. I'll pay the full fledged the first week of January. Have a happy Hanukkah. Yossi Razner, Teaneck, New Jersey, Shekoyach. Rabbi Sai, Gewaldige news. The first volume of Menachos is completely sold out. The dafim are sold out. There's only 35 dafim left. People love dafim because it stays there forever. And thousands of people are using that Gemara. It's unbelievable. Okay, Yishur Koyach. This is, we got 2 pledges for the Melava Malka. Yishur Koyach, this we saw. Huge Mazel Tov. Shulam Goldstein of Montreal and the birth of a baby boy. I think he was married for 9 years before he had his first child. This is his second child. He is the rep in Montreal. He does a lot of siyumim, a lot of stuff. So tremendous Mazel Tov to him. Please see attached the picture of my cousin Mark Dansky making sure not to miss the daf whilst attending his nephew's wedding in London. Kind regards, Avi Ritvo, Baba Basra Daf Bays, Golders Green, London. If you remember him, Olu Layerdu video was done by Yossi Shachar. We have the weekend AI guy. By the way, if anybody knows of a good AI guy with experience, we're looking for another here. He went into Miluim here. His gun, his Gemara, his computer, sixth time that he's in Miluim. We wish him luck. He should come back soon. I would like to share with you a very inspiring moment. I was learning Parshas Toldos from Chumash that also includes the Zohar Mishnah. It was amazing to see how quick and easy and effortless it was to understand the Mishnah thanks to the video animations. The Mishnah part was Sechus Bava Kama, Samchal Beis. It was about the goat and the slave where they're tired while the other one's not, and vice versa. It was on fire. A little later, the Mishnah discussed the case of a camel walking in the street carrying flax. Chanukah, using this opportunity. Kids, so you remembered it from the videos. Using this opportunity, I would like to say thank you once more to Rav Nachum Seltzer's dedication to keeping track of where we're holding after the stories and jokes, which enriched this shir greatly. I think he's serious. I'm also attaching 2 quotes from you that I have on my screensaver that give me inspiration. Thank you. Your Talmud since Mesechus Ksuba is Albert Pinhasov, Flatbush, Brooklyn. These are the two quotes. Okay. Some quote this, some quote other stuff. The plural, your Yiddish says Yoel G. The plural of Schlachtois is not Schlachthäuser, it's Schlachtheiser. And I should have known that because there's a famous Maisa that happened actually to my friend that his mother's Levaya, one of the Reshivas in Lakewood, said something, the whole place laughed. I'm not going to go into it, but it has to do with these words. He confused two words about the Nefteres, and it didn't come out very good in public. The Masechta is sponsored by David Salomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Mori, Reb Shmuel Baruch Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi Doi Zechron Lebracha. The Masechta is sponsored anonymously, Lishmas Doi Shlomi Yehuda Zechron Reb Shmuel Chaim, Asher Shokav Elam and Kotchev Kol Chayav. Anonymous is Chus Refuah Shleimo Nachum Tzvi Ben Yenta, sponsored by Skyber Capital in honor of our friends Meir Kovacs Taki and Shavshi Shlafrak for the devotion to Torah study this year. Joel Gedalius, Lishmas, my father, Jack Gedalius, anonymous. Hatzlach Beruchnis Ubegashmis, Koil sponsors. Month, anonymous from London, Parnos B'Shefa. Monthly sponsors, anonymous, please daven for Refuah Shleimo, for the world's best dad, Aaron Ben Chai Sarah, anonymous. Baruch Adli Dai, Baruch Tzvi Nisim Ben Shoshana Leah, Yehuda Ben Yom Ben Chava, anonymous from London, Hatzlacha B'Parnasa. Weekly sponsors, Yidi Hollander, in honor of my father-in-law, devoted to the daf each day as he marries off a child, Yosef Ezra, in memory of Yeshua Ben Shimon Dov, and a Parnasa Toiva. Daily sponsors, Tzvi Korlin, Refuah Shleimo for Avram Ben Hena. Anonymous, Chus Refuah Shleimo for Yeshua David Ben Rachel Leah on his shoulder surgery. Sounds familiar. Chus Refuah Shleimo for Yeshua David Ben Rachel Leah on his shoulder surgery. Moshe Miriam Landy, huge mazel tov to Miriam's son Baruch on his bar mitzvah today. Yad Kislev. He sent me a picture of a bar mitzvah boy wearing MDY socks. I didn't have, it's his stepson over here, or son we should call him. Daily sponsors, Kreinberg Children. In honor of our father, David Kreinberg's birthday, your love for the daf is inspiring. When is he coming back? Tuesday. And the Rabbi said, once it's his birthday, we should wish him and all of Klal Yisrael, those who need upgraded statuses, V'day l'chakima b'remiza, Avi, you should be zoicha at the end of the year. So everybody, Avi should be zoicha to the 1K. Amen. Whoa, chas v'shalom. Global service, and all those who deserve and need global service. United Airlines, V'chol Airlines should have Seichel Yashar and give it to them. Amen. Yomi Fai, in celebration of the wedding tonight of my dear daughter Nichi. Of my Yumi, in celebration of the wedding tonight of my dear daughter Nichi. Okay, Nikki or Nichi, I don't know. I have a sister Nikki, but it's not spelled like that. Nichi. Somebody sent me an email yesterday. Maybe you can find it, Gershon. It might be in yesterday's emails. It's a guy. No, it's here. How come I don't see it? I thought I put it into today's. He's learning on a porch overlooking like water. So maybe, could you see, maybe I put it in yesterday's? And basically he flew. He says, remember you discussed this? I flew to Hawaii just to get my status. People do that at the end of the year. They fly. Shalom Aleichem. How you doing? No, what's the letter from the HR? First of all, what's your name? JJ Reader. Shalom from? Edison. And this is next to you is Shalom Aleichem. What's your name? Shlomi Reader. Okay. What do you got over there? What's?
Also from Edison, my hometown over there.
But you weren't singing ya. You were busy with that thing. You gotta get it. Where is he? Put him on. Rabbi Isai, we have a young bacher who's put him on the Zoom. Rabbarin Benedict, all the way from Australia. Hamokoi Minachem Eschem Besoich Shar Veil Tzim Shalom. He watches on Zoom every day, and his mother was nefteres at a very, very young age. The Eibishter should give you a nechama and your home mishpacha. You should be able to come back soon. You know what to do. He's only in the emails part. He's not watching this year. He's only watching the skip ahead 7 daf. Are you in Australia now?
It's tomorrow's share already.
He's on a time machine. Wow. What time is it by you? Is it night or day? It's 4 in the morning? In the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon. Are there people there, like being Menachem you right now or not? We don't care. We're in a different room. We're watching the share. Share comes first. All right. We'll see you in better times. Tzuras Toivas. Okay. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, still here. Michael Beov, something like that. In memory of my father, Shlomo Ben Ibn Shalom, on his 7th yahrzeit. Shai Spear, London, UK, since Tainas Dabays, for schos I should pass my driving test today. What? Where is he? Here in Eretz Yisrael? Sounds like Eretz Yisrael. In America, nobody. Yeah, he's in London. So over there, they also make you meshuggah to get anybody. Oh, because they practice like the Americans, but they get the driver's license on the other side of the street. I hear. Bro. Oh, here's the guy, Harry Zinstein. Good morning, Rebellion. About a month ago, he spoke about Meshuggahim flying to Hawaii for a day to keep the 1K status. I'm happy to report I'm one of those Meshuggahim currently doing the daf from my hotel balcony in Maui. Flew over just for the day from New Jersey just to keep my status. Please see attached. See Zinstein, Avedizar Daf Chof Ches. Rabbi Avedizar Daf Chof Ches. How can you forget that? Yeah, he started Chof Ches, just like we did. The Eibishter, Rabbi said together, but the Kavana, the Eibishter should give you 1K status, and all those who want global should get their global. Be'ez Hashem B'Karev. Dart of the month, Refuah Shleima Yonatan Eitam Ben B'Sheva Brachos, sitting here right now. Amen. Refuah Shleima Mordechai Ben Esther. Refuah Shleima. Refuah Hayel Daniel Zev Ben Hayel Esther. Rabbi Sai, we're holding by a brand new Mishnah on the bottom of Daf Pehei Amud Beis. If anybody could get 2 out of the 2, it's worth 10,000 points. Where do we have today? Bizman hazeh, the idea of im olol yered. If once you go up, you don't come down. Where do we see it in halacha? Oh, by ben aliyah. Let's say you go up there by mistake. You were spacing out and you thought you heard your name. It happened to me over here. I'm Eliyahu ben Yaakov David, and there's another Eliyahu ben Yaakov, or maybe Yaakov, I don't remember what. So we both went up. Yeah. Tzomo Lecho, Kim Tzaran. He was here last night. He says, he came over to me, he says, I'm here for 4 years, and I just heard you shir for the first time last night. I'm at Star on the last 4 years. He speaks Hebrew and English. From Borough Park originally. So I said, come, we don't look back. What happened. 4 years, 4 years, now we go weiter. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you, it's the same exact shir as last night. You already heard it. Chazar, no. But to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning or 6:30 in the morning is a problem. Okay, fine.
It's a miracle.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Say there.
There's another thing.
Yeah.
A yesh shopping cart in Nachal Galei.
A what? A yesh. A shopping cart in Malal Yered. There's also usually interest from the bank. When they take interest, it's all lo yered. But la halacha. What's la halacha? Rebbe Elimelech, you're going to be here. What do you got? Oh. You didn't hear the shir last night, right? No, what's the halacha?
If he's in the case that he's not really supposed to go up and someone tells him to go up.
Very good. Kohanim, once they go up and there's some issue with their psul or something, they just stay there. So says the Mishnah, Ve'elu imalu yerdu. There are things that don't belong in the mizbech at all. For instance, besar kochi kadoshim u besar kochim kalam. The meat of a chatos, an asham, which the kite is supposed to eat, so it doesn't belong in the mizbech at all. Take it off immediately. U besar kochim kalam. This is not meat that could have gone in the mizbech, just it had a psul, you thought about pigul, so you say it should remain. This is meat that's not for the mizbech at all. It's human meat. Ubisar kochim kalam, you have a shlamim, you're supposed to eat yourself. Umoisar oimer. So oimer, real quickly, once in a while we discuss the oimer. The oimer is a carbon that you bring on the second day of Pesach, and that allows you to eat the new crop of wheat. Without this carbon, you can't eat the new crop of wheat. So there's a machloikas, whether this applies today, bisman hazeh, and in chutz la'aretz. For the most part, most rishonim, achronim, paskin, that applies today, and it's a deiraisa. It's a deiraisa. So why is it that in America and around the world, until recently, they were very makel in it? So there's a bach. There's soymach on the bach. It's more of a kula than a chumrah. For people that are makbid on everything and some, they should be makbid on this as well. I'll say Nachamo, I was in America in a very, very fancy bakery. My father used to always tell me, you go to pizza shop, ask, is it Yashan? So I went into the bakery, I said, are your products Yashan? So there's a guy in line there, turns around to me, with the whole devotion and everything, he says, Yushan usam min ha-Torah, chudash usam min ha-Torah, whatever he said. He made fun of me, because he made fun that I was makbid, or that my family was makbid on it. It was a thing, a big deal. So what? But it could be a issa deiraisa, according to most. According to most, this is deiraisa. Again, if you eat from the new crop of wheat, which in America is very, very possible. So a guy came out years ago, he had a book like this thick. You have to go around with products. So you buy Cheerios, you buy whatever it is. All the cereals have issues because they use the new crop. It's very, very quick in America. Codes. You have to know the code on the box of cereal. You know when it was produced. You know whether or not you could eat it. And then these guys are walking around the store with the books. It's nervine. A lot of pizza shops became, selling yashan. Now I think it's a little less of an issue, but it's still an issue in America. So that's the oimer. You bring a carbon oimer. So if you have the leftover of this carbon, and he put it on the mizbeach, he wasn't supposed to put it on the mizbeach, ushtei alechem, the two breads that you bring on Shavuos, they don't belong in the mizbeach. Velechem aponim, this new, we're not there yet, but we're working on this to improve the way the Beis HaMikdash looks, because we are very makbid. We want the Beis HaMikdash to be the best light possible. So we have a guy that works on it 24, that's all he does. Yom V'Layla, this kind of stuff. This is our mamish, our technology, our stuff. This is lechem aponim with the two levainas. You put this lechem aponim on the mizbeach. It's a no-no. V'shiyarim minachas, and you have leftover from mincha. Part of the mincha goes on the mizbeach. The kmitza goes on the mizbeach. Part of it is for you to eat. You put that part on the mizbeach. V'aktoiris. You put ketores every morning, every afternoon. There's twice a day. This ketores. You put the ketores on the mizbeach. It's no good. You got to take it off. Hatzemer sheberoshei kvasim. You have the mizbeach chitzon, right? There's a mizbeach pnimi. The ketores belongs in the inner mizbeach in the heichal on the mizbeach. It's called mizbeach ketores. You want to bring me that for a second? I don't know if you can reach. The golden mizbeach. I don't want to be much of you. Nathan, sit down. It's fine. There's a golden mizbeach, and that's the ketores mizbeach. And on that mizbeach, you're supposed to put the ketores. He went ahead. Thank you. Yishkoyach. You're supposed to put the ketores on this. It's actually called the mizbeach ketores, or sometimes we call it mizbeach zav, or sometimes we call it mizbeach pnimi. It's inside the heichal. This is where you're supposed to put the ketores. This Tzefloiginer went and put it over here. He put it on this mizbeach. You got to take it off. It doesn't belong there. That's why we're going to do tshuva now. Nobody said it then, but Eliakim was in Shir, and he saw it, and I told him, from the very, I said, do me a favor, don't, you could destroy me in middle Shir. So I said, keep your ha'aras to yourself. So he kept it to himself, but after Shir, he came over to me. He's 100% right.
מה איתך קטורת? מתרגש?
האמת שכן, זכות גדולה להיות פה. תזהר!
That's the Poikin, right? They flew off and we were going to talk about it again.
הצילו!
And then they rescue the other guy, but they don't rescue him. So the problem is that it's not about whether you could go back on or not. You got to take him off. It's a mistake. This whole thing is a mistake. It's on the wrong mizbeach. Ketores that falls off of this, do you put back on? Not if it falls off. It can't be on this guy. It can't be on the mizbeach chitzon. If it's on the mizbeach, you take him off. you don't wait for him to fly off and then you don't put him back on. You take him off. That's what we just learned. V'aktoires. Dizim alu yerdu. You got to take it off. Hatzemer shebroshi kvasim. The wool on top of the head of a sheep. Now, the wool of a sheep never reaches the mizbeach. Why? Because we skin it. But the head we don't skin. So he still has hair. Hair is not something that goes on the mizbeach usually, but it's part of the head, so it goes on the mizbeach. Or the beard of a goat. All I remember when I was a kid, my parents made aliyah. That lasted about, I don't know if it was a month or 3 months. They sold everything they had. Everything they had, including my father. I remember the drill. He had a drill and tools. He sold it all. Went to Eretz Yisrael with zero. Nothing, like a couple of suitcases, whatever they needed, they made this. And we lived in Yerushalayim. I just remember, like, there was a guy that had a goat. Like, that was next to our house. The guy I guess it was normal then. He had tied it up. Okay, that's a oisnam. We have a guy here, Talmid Chacham, who didn't want to buy his kids a dog, so he bought him a goat. And he used to walk around the street with a goat and a leash. No. He's a very interesting fellow. He's not like that. I don't know him like that interesting. And then he told me, listen, you don't have to clean up after a goat. When they go to the bathroom, it's too small to clean up, so you go weiter. But he had to come in Zachen. Yeah, he has a bird by his, right, he lives right here next to his fence. You walk by, he says Good Shabbos on Shabbos. Only on Shabbos he says Good Shabbos to the bird. Yeah, most of the time. And on, I guess it goes by the tie, because I think I walked by there on Chalamoid or something also new. It's a Good Shabbos. Kitzer. So, Vakarnayim, Vahatzomois, so this is the part that we had yesterday from our Mishnah. Bones, Vahatzomois, Vigidim, Vagidim, and sinews, Vakarnayim, and the horns, Vatlofayim, and the hoofs. Bizman Shem Mechubarim Yalu, when they're connected to the head or the feet, you put it on the Mizbeach. The sinews, they're part of the meat. They go up. Shenemar, Victor HaKohen is HaKoil. HaKol means all of it, everything. Perishu, but let's say the menaker took out the sinews, cut off the horn. Lo Yalu. They don't go on the Mizbeach. Shenemar, Vosiso Lesecha Bosav Adam. They say that there's a medrash and the Ramban that the shofar that comes off the aisle of Yitzchak, that's the shofar of Mashiach and different. So the question is, what? First of all, it's an oila. It went onto the mizbeach. It was completely burnt. So some want to say that it was cut off before. Oh, there's a lot of different pirushim. But I just want to show you what's pshat, that how exactly did the hair separate from the sheep? How does it work exactly? Like what? Usually a sheep has hair. So we have the answer. Rabbi, so we found the answer. It goes like this. Or the goat's beard, of course. Remember that sign? They're happy to do a transplant.
המעיל מריח כמו סבא יעקב, זיכרונו לברכה.
Turkish airline.
תשפריץ מהבקבוק הזה על השיער 3 פעמים ביום.
Spray 3 times. Easy come, easy go. It works, but it doesn't really work. So if it falls off before you're makriv...
הלו כהן, אני נפלתי. פליז אל תשכח אותי. אני התקרבתי לאש המזבח, ולא כמו הצמר שבראש הכבש שהתרחק.
אוקיי.
We all three.
You're one of them, Taka. The three Bowler brothers. You look like the guy in the middle, Taka. I don't know. You're always in a mood.
Just got his glove.
All right. So we have a problem. The psukim seem to contradict themselves. On the one hand, it says, "Viktor hakoynes hakoyla mizbecha." The kohen should put everything on the mizbeach. L'rabbis ha'atzomois va'gidim va'karnayim va'tlofayim comes to include everything, all the bones, the sinews, the horns, the hoofs. Yochel afilu pershu. I would think that even if it's separated from the body, you have the horns in a bag, it's a shofar. Only the bas of Adam. I'm not making this up. There's a Rav in America who said, as a obviously it's not the real pshat, but he told somebody that he always davens to Rebbeinu Shalom every day that he shouldn't get a blood transfusion or a transplant, some sort of kidney transplant, that he shouldn't need it. He says, Loyli day matnas basar v'dam. That's another pshat in Loyli day matnas basar v'dam. If the Torah says the only thing you put on the mizbeach is basar v'dam, imagine if every single animal we had to do nikur, remove all the gidim before you put it onto the mizbeach. Take out all the bones. But that's what it says in the pasuk. Basar dam. There's two things you can put on. It has to come fresh in a package from Benny's meat and put it onto. It can't have any bones. No, you put everything on. But mitzat sheni it says basar v'dam. So what is it? Okay, it's on mechubarim yalu. If it's attached to the animal, it should go up. Pershu. Now let's remember this one. Afilu em beroisham mizbeach yerdu. So we're saying pshat that once it separates from the animal, even if you put it on top of the mizbeach, you have a bone that somehow made it to the top of the mizbeach. Yerdu, it must come off the mizbeach. In a moment, we're going to say that this is the shita of Rebbe. The Chacham argue on this. They say no. If it's on the mizbeach fakert, you can put it up. You can be makter it. Rebbe says, yeah, bones, sinews, all this stuff. Take it off. It can remain if it's attached. Yeah, we're top of Daf Peivav and Alf on top. 4 lines now. Man Tana the Shabbos Leid Omer Pershu Yerdu. Who's this Tana that says that if it's separated, it must come off? Rebbe. This is the shita of Rabbeinu HaKadosh. The Sanya of Viktor HaKoynes HaKolam is Beichol, L'Rabbis HaTzomis V'Agidim. We're going to have it. This is the same lashon over and over. L'Rabbis HaTzomis V'Agidim V'Karnayim V'Atlofayim. This comes to include all these things that are not things that we eat. They're not edible. Va'afilu Pershu. This is Shitas Chachamim, that even if it was separated and it goes in the Mizbeach, leave it there. But what do they do with the other pasuk that says only basar dam? When a piece of an oila that got singed by the fire flew off the mizbeach from the heat, you put it back on. But if it's, let's say, a bone that flew off, okay, so leave it on the ground. You have to be makbid and put it back onto the mizbeach. But if you put it on the mizbeach, it shouldn't go on. It shouldn't go off. You put it on, you put a nice bone on the mizbeach, leave it there. Rebbe argues. Right? Chazar. One pasuk says, put everything on the mizbeach. Riba, that's an inclusion, includes all the stuff. Because of Miyet. This is an exclusion. Okay, so what do we do? This is stira. Is it everything or it's only basar dam? Okay, tzad. Mechubar miyalu. I'll make a pshara over here. If it's attached, let it go up. Perishu, and if it's detached from the bone, is detached from the meat, afilu heim beroisham mizbeach yerdu, and that's Rebbe, like our Mishnah, that yerdu if it's perishu, if it's detached. Perishu, yerdu. So this little taisa is not important that much, but just what the girsa here, because in the Mishnah it says pirshu lo yalu, and Taisa says it's not going on the Mishnah. We're actually now going to discuss, even though in my Gemara it's like in bold, as if it's on the Mishnah, we're going to discuss what we just read from Rebbe, from the Braisa. Omer b'zeir lishonu el shapirshu klapi mato, av klapi malo kerubi udikrivu. Givaldik, take a look at this. all we're showing over here is this kohen is walking up, and the bones separate from the meat, and the bones fell away in the opposite direction of the fire. But if they fall towards the fire, then just leave it, then put it on the mizbeach. Let's see. In this case, where the bones were separated and they fell downwards, away, then do not put it back on. Then you have to go and be makriv it.
You have to be stripped completely raw. If there's a minimum share of meat.
Yeah, so then I would say that's meat. Why not? Yeah. I don't know what the shear is. Okay, we're going into it. But if it's meaty, if it has meat, then there's a Moridika halacha that has a little bit to do with this. And I'm sure Rabbi Schoenberg and the Kohanim here, last night, some of the Kohanim didn't know this halacha. So I was happy to tell them this halacha, but I think it's a pella. I think you're going to be shocked. It's actually, if you could guess the halacha, it's not a yes-no. If you could guess this halacha, it's crazy. A kohen must go towards his duchening by ritzei. So halacha number one, this is a known halacha, but I just say it anyway. Let's say, what? You have to be oikir reglaim. You have to be oikir reglaim. Literally, that's what I want to get into. Oikir reglaim. You have to move towards. So let's say the chazan says ritzei. You're in a panic. Happened to us yesterday. I see he's not here even today. I saw him last night. David. Huh? These are not excuses. Because we gotta. Oh, Donnie, you gonna be here for the second minyan? Can we pay you to stay? We need a minyan. Okay, we need a kohen. Can't do 2 days in a row. So you get into a panic. There's no kohen. So you run outside. You go to the shtibel. Hey, kohen. You can't go up. You can't duchen for you. It's too late. Once the chazan says ritzei, don't it's a chumrah. No, you can't duchen. So that's halacha number one. Remember that. By ritzei, you have to have the kohen already ready to go. If he's in the middle of Shemoneh Esrei or whatever, and he didn't go, and it's already ritzei, forget it. Don't real quick and wash your hands. Too late. Here's the question. This is really going to get you. What if the kohen, he finishes Shemoneh, those guys, the last second, and it's almost ritzei, so he runs to the sink. So when the chazan is saying ritzei, Rabbi Shomer, don't even answer this, don't even try. The chazan is saying ritzei, he's going that way instead of this way. He's going towards the sink to wash his hands. It's l'tzorech, he has to do it for the thing. Can he duchen or not? What does logic tell you? Logic says that he can duchen. What does Dani say? Dani, what do you say? Yes or no? You're going the opposite direction. You're going the opposite direction. Rabbi Schoenberg is staring at you. He's giving you a poker face. Very good. You're doing good, Rabbi Schoenberg. You stared him down. You're not going to get it from me. Anyways, he's going towards the sink, not towards the duchen, but he's doing it because he needs to wash his hands for duchening. Rabbi say, you're not going to believe it. Not only that, let's see he's in middle Shemoneh Esrei, and it starts, so he does Eisa Shalom. So he's going 3 steps backwards. He's Oikir Raglav. He cannot duchen. The Mishabura Paskins, he should not duchen. Unbelievable, huh? Yeah?
What's the negotiation?
Ever happened to you such a thing?
That's
That's good. So you're in the right direction.
Say you're going the wrong way, but
It's not the sink. It's because you're facing the wrong direction.
what's the negotiation solver? Clearly, it's not the way they do it. I'll be shocked if they don't.
Maybe it's better not to wash your hands then.
Yeah. Do not wash your hands. It's better not to wash your hands. Go straight. Rabbi said I forgot, I want to say Tzomo Lecho to Rabbi Buxen. I met him yesterday in Milshi. I'm like, I know this person. I just don't know from where. He does Kiruv, and he has what is it called, your Kiruv thing on
Shabbat Lounge at
Park City?
Yeah, in Park City.
It's always in Park City?
Shabbat Lounge at Park
Yeah.
City. Organization's Neshama.
Neshama. So he actually came, he gave me a scarf, a whole thing, right? That's it. Came to Park City, came to the shiurim there, but he does this beautiful thing where he brings Makarev Rechoikim, and he does Shabbat Lounge in Park City. That's where my daughter lives. So he came over for the shiur, Shkoyach. And Matas is the one that brought him to the shiur. You're doing the shiur every day? You do it? So Nusa, why don't you mechazik Nacho and the Chaver in Los Angeles, Hillel and these guys? You got to go once in a while. Okay? Be'ez Hashem, Yivaldi. We got to be Mekayr of Kroivim sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like Matis, you got to be Mekayr of him. No, he's Mekayr. It's not going to happen. Okay. Yivaldi. All right. So where are we? Oh. Vafilu Pershu. It's a question. What? Oh, LA Nacho. We got you another customer, and be on his case. Rabbi Buxton.
Aryeh's in Shulman, right?
White shirt.
He's dressed up for the occasion. It's Los Angeles. He probably has a convertible. You gotta. When in Rome, act like the Rome. Arya, we like your shirt. That's what we're talking about. The shirt. But he has the white. Don't L'zeicha l'churban. He has the inside collar. Yeah. Nafilu Pershu. L'churban. Nafilu Pershu. It makes no sense. Ask the Gemara. You tell me a bone. It's deboned. How do you call it, Benny? You deboned it. It's complete. It's the bone by itself without any meat. The meat gets deboned, right? Okay, so there must be some other word.
Meat off the bone.
Demeated. Demeated. How can it be? This bone is demeated, and you're going to put it on the mizbeach. Vafilu Pershu. Rabbi Achikam, you're right. And we're not even talking about putting on the mizbeach from here on. We're not talking. We're talking about when it's separated after zrika. Aval Pershu koydem zrika, asoi zrika v'shartinu. We're not talking about on the mizbeach over here. We're talking about that if this bone separated before zrika, so now it became something that you shouldn't be putting on the mizbeach. Comes zrika, and that actually allows you to use the bone. Afilu lemeva minayu kata the sakini. Even to make from this bone a handle for a knife. Weiser sent me a picture. I believe I actually held one of these knives in my hand. I have proof in a second. I'll show you. See these knives? These handles are actually bones. That's what he says. They make it out of bone. In this particular one, it has some sort of rubber band around it. He says that his hand shouldn't slip. It's to make it. But these are bones. I said, but why? Why bones? He's like, that's how they do it. I don't know. He doesn't know why exactly. It's the bone of an animal. Rav Eisvish, where's your challah? Give me your challah. He's making him a challah because it looks like a bunch of slips and
kitchen knives, steak knives over here.
Whoa, you can't go onto the plate with it. He puts it underneath.
Let's just go for the real one. He's getting nervous.
Now here's the beauty. We were in the middle of shear last night, and within shear, Dave pulled it out. How did you find it? What's the trick?
You just need mandati to it.
Oh, it's a thumbnail, and then you went to the wow. Look how thin it is. That's a good shiloh. They sharpen it every day, all day long. And that's 80 years old.
How many cows does
the one
this
is 80 years old. How do you sharpen?
Many years. Really? This thing lasts for many years? It looks new.
Okay. There's something else. Fine. Oh, here we had this one. I don't want to forget this. If you don't like chalk on a board, this might. Look at. Oh, please. Look at the simcha in his face. Huh? Savalakot kiha. So it says in Gemara, Rabbi holds Savalakot kiha Amar Rabbi Yechim Shumi Bishmol Nemar lo yeh ba'oila v'nemar lo yeh ba'asham. This is a classic Zera Shava. We have the same words by oila, the same words by asham, and therefore whatever halacha we have by asham, we're going to apply to the oila. Ma asham atzmoisim mutarim. Just like by asham, you're permitted to use the bones. Af oila atzmoisem mutarim. So too, when it comes to oila, you're permitted to use the bones. Remember this, we're going to ask a question on this. Now we're saying you're permitted to use the bones of an oila. Now just to do a little review in Gzeir Shava, it's mamish for a minute, so don't get nervous here. Gzeir Shava is one of the most powerful limud that we have, together with the Hekesh. It's Moshe Rabbeinu got this directly from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He says, only these words, not anything you pick. The lo yeh over here and the lo yeh over here, they're the same words. Memela, you learn something from them. You learn the bones, but that only works if it's mufna. What does that mean? Typically speaking, you can't ask a question on Xer Shava. This is what Hashem said. The words here, oh, but it doesn't make sense to me. They're very different. Very good, they're very different, but you have Xer Shava. When do I say very good, I have Xer Shava? When the words of the Xer Shava are completely extra. And then we had a whole sugya, does it have to be extra on both sides, or one out of the two is extra? Our Gemara is going one out of the two. But if it's not extra, then maybe Hashem is speaking about something else. He's talking about a different loyah, something else in the Torah. This is not, I could ask a question that the Asham and the Oila are different. What's the difference? Asham is something that a human being eats. A Kohen eats Asham. We get to eat part of the Asham. So we get to eat part of Asham. Makes a lot of sense. I can use the bone and make a knife out of it. But in Oila, you don't get to eat anything. The entire thing goes in the mizbeach. So when we make a taste, I could use the bone for a knife. Must be that the loyah is completely extra, and I'm going to show you why. Mufne, one word. It must be that it's completely extra, the loyah. The Eloi mufne, because if the word's loyah is not extra, ikal mifrach, then I could ask a bomb question. A kohen could eat it, and therefore you could use it. Loyah yeter ksiv. In fact, it's like almost like riddle-ish. It doesn't even say it clear, but here it is. It's so when you look at the pasuk, you see how extra it is. We're talking about a kohen. He's bringing the anoila. Or ha'oila, this is the makar, that the hide of ha'oila goes to the kohen. Asher hikriv la kohen. If I was writing this pasuk, I would stop right there. La kohen, it goes to the kohen. Lo yiyah, it should be to him. It's completely extra. Memela, we have Xer Shava mufna she'ein lahafrich. I don't know if that's the lashon, I just made it up. Moser ravada b'ahava. Tzomo is kachim. What's the typical kachim that we're discussing in this line right over? There's three that I can remember: balpeh, oila, chatos, osham. Maybe it's shalmi tzibur, but osham and chatos. Let's talk about osham and chatos. These bones, l'fnei zrika mayalim bahem. If there's no zrika performed, then you use it. You're over ami'ila. You have to pay 25%. You have to bring a carbon. We know the zrika is a matter. Zrika allows you to use. Once the zrika is performed, it removes it, and the kohen can use it. This is a very big problem. Oila, there's always an isser mi'ila. You're not permitted to make a knife from it. You're not allowed to make a handle from it. How did you tell me you're allowed to make a handle out of the oila bone? Over here it says mefurish. Atzmo is kachim. V'shaloila ma'ilin b'em loilim. This is isser mi'ila. If you make a knife handle, you'd have to pay 25% and bring a carbon. It's going to cost you at least $500. Eima v'shaloila perishul ifnei zrika ma'ilin b'em. You're right. If it's separated before zrika, then there's no isser to make a handle from it. This brisa that says that there's isser lo'ilam is la'achas zrika ma'ilin b'em lo'ilam. Once it was after zrika, then there's an isser to use it. Rabbi Elazar says the exact opposite. If it's separated from the meat before zrika, so what's going to be matter? You hear? He says gevaldik. You have a oila, and the bone separated from the meat. Now the bone is not something that goes on the mizbeach. Now I do zrika, so the zrika has no connection to this bone. The zrika is on the meat. So this got stuck over here as hekdesh. You can't use it. Lachas zrika. But if it's separated after zrika, then there's no me'ila, but he also sticks in something else that he argues with. He says, you're not midrabani, you're not allowed to benefit from it. Real quickly, I just want to say, I'm sure here in Bet Shemesh, there are many of them. So if you guys know someone that's a good English editor, that has experience, especially in Gemara, because we're doing Gemara, we're looking for more people. Rabbi Yedidya is overwhelmed. We need someone that's very, very good in English and is an editor. So think about it, put on your thinking caps and tell them to reach out to us. Who? He's good in English? Okay. That's what he does? Who? Yeah, he doesn't have time. Okay. Yeah, very good. Also, if you know anybody that's very good at AI, as I said before, we need somebody for AI. We're looking for people. We want to what? Yeah, somebody that really knows Shas well, like a guy that's mamish. It's not just editing; it's knowing a lot also. Okay, Rabbi Isai, here we go. What are we talking about? We're talking about these bones that we just discussed, these sinews. We're talking about the puzzle, stuff that was on the Mizbeach. Flew off the Mizbeach from the pressure of the fire. Lo yachzer. Take your pencil, write in over here. Lo yachzer would mean over here, in this case, you don't have to put it back. Not lo yachzer, that's also, you don't have to. Is that what it says in your Gemara right over there? Ein tzarech. Rashi, I'm saying no, I know, but I want to know if the Mesivta says it. In the top, he says it in the top? Very good. That would be a difference, by the way, between the English and the Hebrew art scroll. That's a good example. The Ein Tzarech on the top, Ein Tzarech on the bottom in the English. Also a coal that flew off the Mizbeach from the fire. Lo yachzer. Again, once again, Ein Tzarech. You don't have to. So now I'm making a distinction between chatzos. The cutoff line is midnight. Literally the middle of the night. If the night is 12 hours long, so 6 hours into the night, if these Eivarim flew off before midnight, Yachzer. In other words, it's totally zebazeh. Since I have to put it back in the Mizbeach, if I didn't, then I used it for a knife, then I'm over on Eli, I have to pay the Beis HaMikdash. But once it's after Chatzos, Lo Yachzer, you don't have to put it back on, and there's no more Mila anymore. Why? So Rashi brings a line here that's kedai to know for Kachim. Once the mitzvah was performed, in other words, it's already a coal, went through the process, it's done, it's charred, there's no meal anymore. Just like the Mizbeach, when you put the meat on top over here, it gives it Kedusha. Kacha kevesh mikadesh. So too, if you don't even make it, right? These are separate entities. You have a square, and you have a way to get up here. But if you drop off your stuff, the pigul right over here, you don't take it off. It's mikadesh. Perhaps you could say a Musar Haskell over here. This is the Kedusha, right over here. Not only a person who's in a madrega that reached already the madrega of Kedusha is already there, but even a person that's climbing to get there, he's going up, he's on his way, he started the process, im Allah lo yered. Baruch Hu says, oh, you got it, I got you, lo yered. I have a question for you guys. We said if it goes on this Kaddish, what about the red part down here? What do you guys say? Huh? What about the red part? The Yisod, on the Yisod. You say no. I say Kavachomer. If the Kevesh, so certainly the Yisod, which is part of the Mizbeach. It's part of the Mizbeach. It's not me saying it. That's the halacha. So too, if you put inside a klisharis, it gives a kedusha. That's the Gemara bomb question. What's going on here before chatzos and after chatzos? I want to know what's going on here. Is it well done? Is it medium rare? Is it charcoal? What is it? Hey Chidami, this will mamish if it's still edible. I feel like chatzos nami. So after chatzos, you still have to put it back on the mizbech. It's still usable. It's still edible. The less will mamish. And if it's already charred, like anything, so why do you have to put it back on the mizbech before chatzos? It's gone. It's charred. It's like muscly. I'm just throwing that in. I don't know if that's the lashon, but it's basically shriri means that it's hard. It doesn't have any moisture. Wow, this picture is terrible. Okay, now you can see it over here. The bottom one is a complete coal. It's done, finished. Don't put it back. We're talking about shriri. This is the best I could figure out. It's hard like wood, but it's still a little bit. You could see there's a little basar left in there. So that's what we're saying. If it's before chatzos, put it back on. After chatzos, not. Turning to the daf, sponsored by Dar Global, going global to be mechazik the Eli satellite locations. Thank you, Rabari Stephen Schwartz. Lilishwais, my parents, Million J. Schwartz, former owners of RNS Deli in Lakewood, New Jersey. Minani Mili, how do you know there's a concept called chatzos? Says the Gemara, there's a very easy Gemara. Omarav, because of Echad Oimer Kol Alayla Vehiktir. You have something for me? Because of Echad Oimer Kol Alayla Vehirim. we have a contradiction. It says that you should be makdir, you should put stuff on the mizbeach all night long, kol halayla. And then it says you should do trumas hadeshen all night long. Which one is it? So hold on, let me just show you real quickly trumas hadeshen, very important. Take a look. This is the first thing you do in the morning, right? Just get it into our heads. First, avoid in the Beis Hamikdash, the sun goes up right before Alisa Shach, it's still dark outside. Takes a shovel full of coal, brings it down, and puts it in a very special place next to the Mizbeach. There's also a wrap. I'll show you the right side of the wrap in a second. Puts it over here. Okay, here. It goes like this. If you want to see, this is the right side of the ramp. Takes the things, goes back down, comes around, goes in 10 amma, 3 tefachim away from the wall, boom, puts it over there. When do you do this, Rabbi Isai? Chalkeyu. Chetzi la'aktara v'chetzi la'harama. You put half of it, half the night. Half the night is when you could be maktir up to chatzos until midnight, and the other half is for Trumas Hadeshen. I forgot to show you something over here. Yoshi did this. If 2 pieces of meat fly off the mizbeach, so it depends. One is very singed, and one is, shriri. It has a little bit of meat left in there. It's right before chatzos. So he takes the piece that has a little bit of meat left in it, and he puts it back on the mizbeach. I'm just trying to think. It did Zrika, and then. Oh yeah, I forgot to show that slide. Okay, I could show it now. It's already too late. Didn't we do this? The Zrika came first, and then came. Yeah, I forgot to show this. The Zrika's Hadam, and then the bone fell off, or the bone fell off and Zrika's Hadam. Maybe the editors can stick it in for those who are watching later. Okay. Which part? The Zrika and the this? I don't think it makes a difference. It could be different. It could be the same. Mozer Rav Kahana. Real quickly, we're just going to get to the bottom. It's very easy. Every single day, you take the Trumas Hadeshen when Mikrois HaGever, when the rooster crows. When is that? Right before Alois HaShachar. A little bit before, a little bit after. Rabbi I just said it recently. I'll say it again, but I'll add a little bit. A knech. Beautiful knech. We say every single morning, Baruch Hu gave the rooster the das, the chachma, to differentiate, distinguish between the day and the night. What's the big deal? You're up, you see that's day, you see it's night, okay, big deal. No, he gives the rooster the ability to realize that it's going to be day. It's not day yet. It's pitch dark when he starts screaming. If you ever heard the rooster, you open up the window, it's dark. What are you screaming? Because it's almost Alois HaShachar. Maybe you could say that's pshat. That's why we say it every day. Why are we saying it? That the Rebbeinu Shalom should give us the das that we're in a bad matzav. We should know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Zok the Gemara b'Yom HaKippurim.
When you scream. When he's screaming, you should know that the light's coming.
When the person himself is crying and screaming.
Like roosters.
It's coming in 10 minutes. Don't worry about it. It's going to be here. It might look dark. It looks finster. It's going to be light, Be'ezer Hashem. B'Yom HaKippurim, so now we have 3 different times Rabbi Yisai. Every day when they do Trumas Hadeshen, right before Alois. B'Yom HaKippurim b'Chatzos. That's a whole nother time, b'Chatzos. B'Regalim on Yontiv b'Shmoyres HaRishoyna. The night is divided into thirds. There's 3 thirds, right? Thirds, 3. The first third, at the end of the first third. So let me show you what it looks like real quickly. And then we have to go to Shachris. This is the clock. Chatzos is midnight. 6 hours into it, let's say. And there's also 3 parts here. So every single morning you go right before Alois. A few minutes before Alois HaShachar. On Yom Kippur, it's midnight. And on Yontiv, it's before the end of the first Ashmoyres. So, what's the latest one here? Alois. It's the end of the night. What's the earliest one? On Yontif. The end of the first Ashmoyres. And the middle shear is on Yom Kippur. As the Gemara, so we just had a contradiction in Pesukim, and we said the pshat is like this: Haktar is until Chatzos, Trumas Hadeshin is from Chatzos on. Heichi Magdamina, how can you do Trumas Hadeshin before Chatzos? Or they also explain, how can you do Trumas Hadeshin after Chatzos? What are you waiting every single morning until Alois? Do it midnight. What are you waiting till the morning? That's the words Veichi Machrinina. If you look at this pasuk real quickly, it says Kol halayla ad haboker, the whole night till the morning. It's double lashon. And he does what? Batamalim ad haboker. Ten boker livkarish halayla. Make a morning. Make it earlier than the earliest time. The earliest time of the day is alois. Give that a morning. Go a little bit earlier. So what do you do? Take a look at this chart for a second. If you're on Kol Lashon listening, I'm sorry. The word ad haboker is extra. Give it to the pasuk Gimel, the next pasuk. Ad haboker goes for the Heir Misadeshin. The Heir Misadeshin, why do I have to have Ad haboker in this pasuk base? I don't need it. You don't need to put it on the next pasuk. When's this extra morning? That Chacham will decide. Every day, depending on when they feel like it. He'll go, call Yoimam Sagi. You don't have to go middle of the night. Early in the morning before Alois. I want the Kohen Gadol to have a little rest at night. Then we go in the middle of the night. There's so many korbanos, and the ashes piling up like crazy. And there's a lot of work to move the ashes to the side and to put the new wood. The Gadi Yisrael Mashmor Sarishoyna, the Tani Sefer, because it says that so many Yidden come. So they decided to do it at the end of the third Mishmar. Rabboisai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.